The galaxy was vast beyond imagination. Millions of star systems glittered across the void, each mapped, named, and recorded by the ancient Stellar Council. Their charts were perfect, stretching across light years, showing every trade route, colony, and species. Every part of the galaxy was known except one region. It was a dark patch, empty on every official map, avoided by every explorer and erased from every star chart. That region was called human space. New captains sometimes asked why no one went there, why the records of entire fleets ended near its border. The elders always gave the same quiet answer, because that part of the galaxy belonged to the humans. And when a place belonged to humans, no one dared to return. Long ago, before the silence around that region began, the galaxy had discovered Earth. The Council had found the planet by chance, drawn by strange radio signals echoing into the stars. They expected to find a young civilization, fragile and eager to join the stars. But what they found instead was something different. Humans were not fragile. They were not simple. They were something else entirely. The first contact was peaceful. An envoy ship landed on Earth's orbit, transmitting greetings. The humans responded politely. They smiled. They welcomed the visitors, and they learned quickly. Too quickly. Within months, humans had decoded alien languages, learned advanced science, and adapted technology that had taken other races millennia to master. It impressed the galaxy, but it also frightened them. The aliens shared limited knowledge, thinking humans would take decades to catch up. Instead, within 10 years, humans were building ships equal to the Council's cruisers. In 20, they had fleets capable of interstellar travel, and by the 30th year, their warships were unmatched in both power and precision. The galaxy began to whisper. How could a species advance so fast? When questioned, the humans only smiled. They said it was curiosity. They said it was necessity, but there was something in their eyes, something the other species could not understand. A quiet fire, a hunger to know, to grow, to never stop. The Council tried to bring Earth into its alliance. They wanted humans to be contained, to be watched, but humans refused. They thanked the Council for the offer, then turned their attention to the stars beyond. Within a century, they colonized hundreds of worlds, terraforming lifeless planets into living ones, turning barren rocks into green homes. Yet they shared almost nothing. Every expedition sent to observe human expansion disappeared. Scouts who crossed into their border never returned. One survived once, found drifting near the edge of Council space. His ship was scarred, his eyes empty, and his voice broken. He said only one thing before dying: do not go there. Do not look at what they have become. After that, the Council declared human space uncharted. No map could show it. No navigator could mention it. Even the coordinates were removed from star archives. But the question remained: what had they seen? What had humanity done to make the galaxy so afraid? Centuries passed. The Council forgot the details, but the fear remained. Human space became a myth told to young explorers. Some thought it was a ghost story. Others believed it was political secrecy. Few took it seriously, until a new exploration fleet was sent to test the truth. The expedition was led by a captain named Aaron. He was brave, logical, and skeptical of old fears. His ship, the Pathfinder, was one of the most advanced ever built. Its mission: enter the uncharted zone and find out what humanity had become. For weeks they traveled through empty systems. No life, no signals, nothing but cold stars. Then one day the scanners detected something massive ahead, a structure the size of a moon, perfectly circular, orbiting a dying star. At first the crew thought it was a natural object, but as they drew closer, they saw straight lines, metallic surfaces, and faint blue lights across its hull. It was not a moon. It was a machine. They approached carefully. The scanners tried to analyze it, but every frequency bounced back as if the structure rejected observation. Then a signal came, a human voice, clear and calm, speaking in their language. "Unknown vessel, you are entering restricted space. Identify yourself." Aaron replied, "This is Captain Aaron of the Stellar Council exploratory vessel Pathfinder. We come in peace." There was silence for a moment. Then the voice said, "You should not have come." Before they could respond, space around them shifted. Hundreds of massive ships appeared from nowhere, surrounding them. Each one was larger than any Council dreadnought. They had no visible weapons, but their presence alone was enough to freeze the crew in terror. Aaron tried to explain their peaceful intent. The voice interrupted again. Peace was lost long ago. You were warned. Suddenly their navigation systems failed. All power flickered. The crew panicked, but the human voice spoke once more. We will not harm you, but you will leave now and forget this place. A bright flash filled the bridge. When it faded, the Pathfinder found itself near the border of Council space. No one could explain how they had returned. The coordinates, the data, everything recorded during their mission was gone. Only one message remained in their system, written in human script. It said, "Curiosity ends where humanity begins." The Council held a secret meeting. The captain tried to explain what happened, but the officials were divided. Some wanted to send a fleet. Others wanted to erase all records. The debate lasted days until one elder finally spoke. Do you not see? They do not want war. They want distance. The humans are not like us anymore. No one knew what that meant until they analyzed the energy reading from the Pathfinder's hull. The residual radiation did not match any known weapon, reactor, or propulsion system. Its energy signature was not even from normal space-time. It was something beyond known physics, something that suggested humanity had crossed into technology far past the Council's understanding. Soon, reports began to surface. Trading outposts near the human border detected strange gravitational pulses, stars shifting slightly in orbit, artificial black holes stabilizing around dead systems. Someone or something was rearranging entire solar systems. A researcher named Talon studied these events. He spent years collecting data and finally found a pattern. Every time a dying star was about to collapse, the readings showed massive human structures nearby. It seemed humanity was harvesting energy directly from stellar cores, rebuilding galaxies from the ashes of dying suns. The truth spread quietly through scientific circles. Humanity was not gone, they were evolving. They no longer fought wars, built empires, or traded with others. They were changing the galaxy itself, rewriting the laws of physics to fit their design, and the rest of the galaxy was too afraid to look closer. Decades later, a small unmanned probe sent by an independent group entered human territory again. It managed to transmit a few images before disappearing. Those images changed everything. The first showed a planet-sized ship, orbiting what looked like a manufactured nebula. Its hull glowed with patterns that resembled living tissue and metal combined. The second image showed massive rings around stars, gathering their energy into something beyond comprehension. The third showed human beings, or what remained of them. They were tall, luminous, their bodies infused with light and technology, their faces calm, their eyes like burning stars. Then the final image came. It was not a picture of humans. It was a message, a simple text. We are still human, but not as you remember. The galaxy should not chart our space. What we build is not for conquest. It is for survival. The universe is dying, and we are preparing for what comes after. After that, no probe ever returned. The Stellar Council held another emergency meeting. The images were sealed forever. The Council declared that human space must remain uncharted for all eternity. No trade, no travel, no observation, only silence. Rumors spread that humans had discovered something terrible, something about the fate of the universe itself. Some believed they found the edge of time. Others whispered that they had seen the death of all things and were building a way to escape it. Whatever the truth was, no one wanted to know anymore. Years turned into centuries. The story became a legend. The galaxy grew used to avoiding that dark region on every map. Explorers who came close spoke of strange whispers through their comms, faint human voices asking questions about existence, about fear, about faith. And every time those explorers returned with the same message, they are still watching us. One day, a young cartographer asked an elder navigator why the galaxy still refused to chart human space. The old one looked out into the stars and answered quietly, "Because if we do, they might notice us again." The young one frowned. "But why fear them if they do not attack?" The elder's eyes were distant. "Because the last species that tried to understand them no longer exists." That silence hung heavy in the air. The galaxy had seen countless wars, empires rising and falling, civilizations wiped out, but nothing haunted them like humanity. Not because of violence, but because of what humanity represented, a mirror of what every species could become if they refused to stop evolving. Far beyond the edge of any known chart, the humans continued their work. Massive ships moved like planets, pulling energy from stars, weaving new realities across the void. They no longer needed to conquer. They no longer needed recognition. They had seen the truth of the cosmos, that all civilizations would one day fade, but life could be reborn if prepared. Their leaders, now Bini,